I need a volunteer. Now, before you put your hands up, I need a volunteer to get me a cup of tea. Okay? Now, before you volunteer, I have to tell you, the cup is over there on that table. It's very full and it's very hot. So guess what? I don't want you to spill any bringing it to me. So who's it going to be? It's actually not very hot, but it's, this is where we're going to pretend. Just to make it easy, we might use one of you guys from down there. Okay, yeah. Now, what's your name? Keely. Okay, Keely. Now, how are you going to carry the cup to me? 2 hands, great. Are you going to move fast or slow? How are you going to walk? Very steady, okay? Not spilling a drop. This is fantastic to bring me a cup of tea. Now just pop it down on the table there. Well done, Keely. Thank you very much. That exercise is basically about handheld camera technique. Same applies. Think when you are hand-holding a camera. If you have to hand-hold a camera, don't hold it with the strap like this. Actually, if you're hand-holding a camera, hold it like this. One hand cradling it here, other hand here. And when you walk like Keely walked, like this, very slowly. I'll show you guys. Okay, what am I doing? I'm moving very slowly. That's what you do when you hand-hold a camera. So just think of your handheld camera as a hot cup of chocolate, coffee or tea or whatever. This next one, don't zoom. Use your zoom on your camera to frame your shots. So if I wanted to get a shot of maybe you girls in that row back there, I'd zoom in, leave the zoom alone, then I'd press the record button. I wouldn't press record here and wobble zoom in or zoom out. Leave the zoom alone. Only use it in your filmmaking to frame your shots, to go from wide to tight or tight to wide. Okay, what's a take? When I say take, what's take?
Is it like when you do different one shot?
Yeah, and why would I do a shot again? Yep. Yeah, I stuffed up the first one, so guess what? That was take 1, it was a mistake, so I do take 2. It might be the performer, the actor in front that mucked up their lines, or it could be someone kicked the tripod, or it could be a truck drove past and made a noise. It could be any of these things. Quite often we get entries where it's a really good film and one of the kids, one of the performers, has a bit of a giggle or a smile halfway through a serious line. And we say, oh, it would have been great if they just did it again. Do take 1, take 2, take 3, do 20 if necessary. No one's going to know because the one you use in the edit is the best one. So use takes and don't presume you're going to be able to fix it in the edit. Just quickly, these 3 things, scenes, shots and sequences. A quick explanation. The scene is the place where the action takes place. The scene today is this room at Macquarie Uni. The shot is the continuous view from one position with the camera. Now, our camera operator is at the back of the room today. He's taking a shot of me. That's one shot. But Scott down the front here might have another camera and he's taking a different size shot of me. That's another shot. You over in the front row there have another camera position, that's another shot. So they're called shots. They're all different individual shots. And the third one, sequence, is a series of shots. So the sequence we shot in this room today, that's called a sequence. Okay, you want your shots to have visual impact. So when you point a camera in any direction, you put a frame around something because you think that is the most important thing for your audience to see. Okay, what's outside of that frame doesn't really matter. Okay, let's do a little exercise. I do this to all my groups and it's kind of fun and it's kind of useful. It's called thumbs and forefingers. And why do I call it thumbs and forefingers? Because there are my thumbs and there are my forefingers. So what you do is everybody, hands out like this in front, put your thumbs together. Now, Flip one like that and make a rectangle. So just do a flip over like that. Close one eye and look through. That's it. Yep. Look through that rectangle at me. Everyone do a shot of me. Okay? That is a close-up shot of me. Arms full length, not here. If it's here, it's a wide angle shot because you can see the whole room. Here is a telephoto shot, long lens. When you get to your locations to do your shooting, everyone can be a camera operator. And you can go, oh, let's do a shot of you two guys down the front there, and then a really good shot of your sneakers. Okay, then we're going to go back and do a wide shot here. Everyone can design the shots like this. You might only have one camera, okay? So everyone can decide on those shots. What's an establishing shot in your film? Do you know what an establishing shot is? An establishing shot in your film sets up what you're going to, the story you're going to tell. Let's say you're doing a documentary on your local hospital, okay? And you can't film inside the hospital, but you're going to do it sort of set up in your school. You're going to use the corridors and the classrooms as sort of pretend hospital stuff. To tell the audience that it's actually a hospital, you do a shot. You go down the road to the local hospital and you do a wide shot of the hospital. And it's called whatever hospital. And there's a big neon sign. You use that as your first shot. So that's a wide shot that establishes where the story is going. So the next shot in your film is a couple of guys walking down a corridor. We immediately think we're inside the hospital. So it establishes. That's why it's called an establishing or master shot. Have you heard of all these shots? What's a CU? Close up. Well done. Okay, if that first one's a close up, what's an MCU? Yes, down the back. Yes, you?
Medium close-up.
Correct. Medium close-up. Now this is a close-up. This is my face. That's a close-up. Medium close-up is out here. Okay? Now a medium shot is just wider again, and a wide shot is wide. But there's two in the middle there, a reverse angle and a POV. Let's talk about the reverse angle first. What do you think a reverse angle is?
Back?
Yeah. So you've done a shot of me. That's the front shot. Reverse angle might be if you set up the camera behind me and included me in the side. So you see, you see those back of head shots? Someone's talking or whatever and you see the back of the head. And you guys, that's a reverse angle. You've done the shot of me. That's this way. Turn the camera around there. Okay, now, moving on from there, POV. What does POV stand for? Yep.
Point of view.
Point of view. Now, what does that mean? Somebody else. What does point of view mean? Yep.
From someone's view, from one character's view.
Correct. It's my point of view. So, in this room, again, you're shooting me. What are some examples of my point of view? Shots that you could show. Yep.
You'd be talking to us.
Correct. So it might be a wide shot of all you guys, but also might be a close-up. I might just focus in on, say, you, Keely, down the front here, and that's a point of view shot too. Point of view shot also might be me looking at my watch. That shot there. But that is also known as a cutaway. A cutaway shot is a shot that isn't seen in the wide action. It's more something to cut away to. A good example might be, this is the remote I'm using to change the slides today. So it might be just a little close-up of this. Click. It might be my hand on the keyboard there doing just a close-up. That cuts away from the big piece of action that you're shooting. Lighting is one of the big things in filmmaking. And these are things you should consider with your lighting. Are you going to shoot with natural light outside or artificial light, like in here? Time of day. Time of day is important because the light in Australia is very harsh. When we shoot outside, why would we not shoot in the middle of the day, say like, at midday? There's somebody different who hasn't come. Someone from over here. Why would we not shoot at midday? Where's the sun at midday? Point. Up there, yeah? The light is right over the top of us like this, and it's not very flattering. So we try not to shoot at midday because the sun is so high. So what I'm suggesting is, wait till the sun is a bit lower, either in the morning, side light, or afternoon. Time of day is important to consider when you're shooting. And the final one in there is keep the sun behind the camera. So if the camera person is there shooting me, keep the sun behind, not in front. So you don't want to point the camera straight into the glaring sun. Composition tool, this is a really good one. Does anybody do art? Art? No one? Yeah, if you do art. Have you heard of rule of thirds in art? Well, artists use it, photographers use it, filmmakers use it, and it's simply this. Divide your frame into imaginary lines, vertically and horizontally. Here we have a skater. He's on the left-hand side of frame. Why have I put him on the left-hand side? Sorry, I can't hear you? Yeah, but which way is he moving? To the right. So we've left a nice big hole there for him to travel through. That's really good composition because he's not in the middle of the shot. A lot of people just think, oh yeah, you frame everybody up in the middle. I'll give this example. A good example of bad framing is, have you ever seen your mum or your dad's driver's license photo? Do they really like their driver's license photo? Yeah, exactly, because it's really horrible. It's just like straight on. Looks like a prison photo. Horrible, okay? That's a good example of bad composition. Rule of thirds allows you to make your shots interesting. So just offset your action a little bit, left or right, and have the person look inward or so on and so forth. Really good thing. I use it all the time. Let's talk quickly about backgrounds. What is my background here today if you were filming me? Yep. Yeah, or this. Okay? I need a volunteer from down here. You can come up here. What's your name? Lachlan. Lachlan, I'm just going to whisper something to you. I'm just going to keep talking. You walk behind me and make a face at the audience. Okay, while I'm talking. Okay, so a good background stays where it belongs, behind me. What happens if you've got a bad background? Why are you not looking at me? Did you get distracted maybe? This is a bad background. This is a really bad background because it's drawing... Thanks, Lachlan. You can retire from your... Lachlan was drawing attention away from the foreground. And it doesn't have to be someone walking past. It could be just something that's messy in the background. Move the camera or move your subject so the background actually enhances the foreground. And the final one there, avoid heads with growing poles, signs, etc. What does that mean? Yep.
Avoid, like, don't go near signs when you're taking a picture.
Yeah, why not? If it's a vertical thing like that, why would it look silly if we had a... Yeah? That's right. People do it all the time. On television, the evening news, reporters stand on the street and they'll stand directly in front of a telegraph pole or a light post or a no standing sign, and it looks really bad. All they had to do was just step a little bit this way and it would have been cool. So try and remember those things. Okay, quick recap. When you get to your location, don't be lazy. Walk around, move around your location to find the best shot, best positions. So choose different camera positions. Use your thumbs and forefingers to make your shots. Think about rule of thirds and use different size shots to make your film interesting. Don't just stick to one shot, one size. And also experiment with high and low angles. High and low angles are really good. If I wanted to make someone look really big, where would I put the camera to make them look big? Yeah, you. Yeah, and which way would the camera be looking? Up. Okay, conversely, if I wanted to make something look really small. Come on, guys, you're all going to sleep over here. These guys are answering all the questions. Yep.
Your camera's high?
High, yeah, looking down, so it exaggerates the perspective. So think about the high, low angles.